This has obviously been sort of, slow motion car crash here for the last, couple of months, but it came to a head last night. Silvergate Bank announced that it's going to wind down its operation and voluntarily liquidate the bank. So essentially, Silvergate was one of the big crypto banks. They had about 16 billion in deposits at their peak, 90% of which were crypto. They operated a network, the Silvergate Exchange Network, that essentially ran 24 hours a day. It was used by Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Paxos, among others. The trigger here for the collapse, obviously, crypto has been extraordinarily weak for quite a while, but the real trigger, the straw that rather broke the camel's back, was the collapse of FTX. That was basically the nail in the coffin for Silvergate. It's a very significant event in the crypto world.
It's a great example of how manias, bubbles, hopefully you don't see too many more in your life for cycle time, but there's certain behavior that happens in certain parts of cycle time, and this is just unbelievable. I mean, CNBC had the CEO on routinely, like just lying to people.
There is another bank that's got some very interesting action going on, and that is Silicon Valley. So ticker is SIVB, sort of the quintessential quad 2 bank stock alongside Silvergate. So they have been running into problems, and this is a much larger bank. These guys announced last night that their average deposit guidance was going to be down very substantially. So they had previously issued guidance for 171 to 175 billion in deposits. They took that down to 167 to 169 billion. Essentially, what's happening is they are liquidating their entire AFS portfolio, $21 billion worth, with an expected, preliminary expected realized loss of 1.8 billion. So as a result, they are going out and doing an offering. The stock is down about 30% in the pre-market. This is a fairly big bank. It's about a $16 billion market cap. And, the concern here is really on a number of fronts, I think, for our purposes. One is that, the sort of perception around risk contagion. I mean, obviously, Silvergate just completely came apart at the seams. It was 90% crypto. But, Silicon Valley running into problems on this scale is certainly notable. And, it's an indication that that the pain, obviously, as we like to talk about with the avalanche metaphor, you're sort of, you might not yet see it on the surface, but what's happening underneath is certainly getting more interesting.
Keeping an eye on what you can't keep your eyes on, which are all the private marks, embedded in the community that is Silicon Valley. I mean, it's venture, angels, Stardust, Pixies. You have this stuff is all going to get. This is all going to get stated in the next 3 to 6 months if companies, all these venture PE, et cetera, firms are open and honest about it. It's going to be a fucking disaster. I mean, this is crazy how quickly this happened, but how much more there is to come, and you don't know how much there is.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.